Colin can give you the information. We just need it to be no bigger than 3 inches, probably. The window on the skid plate, right? So bottom line is, Stellantis is expecting the new welded part number etched in the molded tank, right?
Okay.
They're expecting them next week. And we already have finished goods with the old number, and they're saying that we have to find a way to permanently put the new number on top of or in place of that old number. So we're gonna file down the old number, not a big deal, but to get that permanently on there, the best thing we could think of, and Edric thought of it, was to take a stencil and spray paint this little area, right, with the new part number.
Yeah. Are you talking about spray painting that on the tank shell or on the skid plates?
No, the tank shell. Inside the window of the skid plate. So you have that like little 4-inch by 4-inch window.
Yeah.
On the skid plate. So it has to fit, and it has to fit within that window. And our goal is to just hold the stencil up, that lays flat on there, and then we just do a zip of spray paint, right?
Yeah.
And then that checks that box.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm trying to think. So for me to 3D print it, I would need to get a CAD file. I know that we have CAD of that molded in ID plates. Typically, it's in the molded CAD tank shell, so I can check with Daniel about getting me like a cutout of the area that I need. So I guess what I would need from you is if you could send me an email with like what the specific part number change you're looking to have on it, because I'll have to have Daniel put that number actually in the CAD file so that when I print it, it'll print the stencil.
But we can't spray it over the current, so it doesn't have to be in that same spot. It would just have to be. We would make it like halfway down, right underneath the verbiage that's already there. So we could send you a picture of that window, or get that CAD file of that exact window.
Okay.
And any of that blank spot on the lower half, we could just put the new part number in there, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it'd be a solid piece of plastic, that fits in that window, and the only part would be that's open is the numbers and the letter verbiage, and we would just zip spray that and pull that plastic out and be good.
How are you thinking you're gonna hold this stencil? Like, are you gonna put it in between the tank and the skid plate and then spray it, or
to get it flat, because the skid plate protrudes out further than the tank? I would say that template or that stencil has to fit inside that window, right?
Yep.
So almost you'd want to put like a little hand, like if you could, you could make anything, right? You'd almost put like a little handle on the top of it, right? So we would physically plug it in there, it'd fit flush, and it'd have like a little part where you'd grip it with your finger so it doesn't fall down into the skid plate, and then it would have the cutout right there visible for the numbers and letters, and we would zip spray it and then pull it out with our hand.
Okay.
I can check with you all these specifications, Ross.
I think I follow what you're saying, but yeah, if you could send me some pictures and like just kind of make sure I understand how you're planning on putting this stencil in, so that we know where Daniel will need to attach the handle that the operator is gonna use to hold it in place while they spray paint it. How soon do you need these?
Make sure it doesn't fall in, right?
What?
How soon do you need these?
Like tomorrow. afternoon or something. Like obviously tomorrow, we got a big undertaking to take on in the next few days.
Okay.
So, my thought was to go to Staples or try to find someone that can make a stencil, but then we thought of you, and if it can be created with a 3D printer and the numbers cut out in the stencil with the 3D printer, that's ideal.
Okay. Is it?
So again, I don't want you to have to work on it tonight, but if it's tomorrow, during working hours, trying to get it done, that'd be ideal.
Okay. Yeah.
And again, we'll get the exact measurements of how much clay you have.
Okay.
The other options, what? Stamp. Yeah, that's another good option. Yeah, you could buy one of those stampers and customize your own, right? But normally they're black pads. We'd need a white pad or something. Yeah, maybe a customized stamper too could be something else that we can do. That actually would be better to have a customized stamper. That way there's no overspray.
The spray paint, you have to cover up the stick plate before you spray it out.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. So stand by, Russ. Let's look at this other option now, because maybe a customized stamper with a white pad or something, or a yellow pad would be more ideal and easier, because you could buy those customized stampers and just mix and match whatever letters you want. We did it for our address one at home when we sent out thank you cards.
Okay.
So that might be more feasible for this project. So yeah, just stand by. Don't do anything yet.
Okay.
Let's figure this out. But I appreciate your help.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime.
We'll let you know.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Rob.
Yep. Anytime.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
I just never.
He knows it wasn't a leftist, but it's easier for him, and people without much brains look for shortcuts to sounding right, and so he just lies about what actually happened there. They're continually lying. And by the way, for my last, Donald Trump Jr. also is the person who spent months laughing and doing meme posts about the fact that Paul Pelosi's skull had gotten cracked open. So I don't know, does Nancy Pelosi get to have conversations with her kids about people trying to take out her and her husband? What about that? Is that a hard enough conversation for you, Don Jr.?
I've had 6 conversations with my son about whether or not he's going to die in school. And I'm not lying to you. He's scared of it. Schools that he's been nearby were on lists. Just saying. So, what about those conversations? Because we talked to Tim Burchett, and you know what he said? We're not going to do anything about it. F those kids. Also, there's this weird thing called the Second Amendment that one particular party in this country is very obsessive about. And the reasons that it cannot be any kind of way infringed is what they think, is because we need to have our rights. I want you guys to scour your brains for a second. What is one of their main reasons that we need to make sure we have AK-47s on our hips at all times? Make sure your gun locker is full and supplied and also locked and loaded and ready to go. Because that tyrannical government might come for you. You're going to have to shoot some government officials to make sure they don't take over your country and continue to suppress your rights. That would be shooting elected officials, I assume. Maybe presidents of the United States. They thrive off of attacks on elected officials. But when someone, probably thinking on those same lines that they've been pushing for decades, does it, now it's horrific. This is what you said you wanted. This is exactly what you said you wanted. That guy's probably out of jail already because he's following the law. He had his own damn gun. He can just do what he wants to. But when it happens to them, suddenly it's the worst thing ever. Maybe you now see where other folks are coming from.
Yeah, they've spent 4 decades fantasizing about killing tyrants. What do you think the end result of that is? And we don't want this world, but you guys seem to have thought that it was awesome. Not you watching videos, obviously. Again, we don't have control over what conservatives do, but anyway, great point, JR. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We have more on assassination. I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I'm doing a solo Wednesday show, so we'll bring that back tomorrow. I want to turn to Laura Loomer, now sort of shadow VP for Donald Trump. We'll have more about her after this.
The media is full of, okay, these people are liars, they are con artists, and all they do is lie. They are running a coordinated smear campaign because I am effective. Donald Trump likes me. Donald Trump trusts me, okay? Obviously he trusts me if I'm on his plane, and I don't work for Donald Trump. They can't imagine the fact that the President of the United States has people in his life who he considers to be friends. Is the President of the United States not allowed to have a friend? Oh my God, is he not allowed to invite people onto his own private jet? Oh, the horror that a billionaire who owns a private jet invited somebody that he gets along with to sit on his jet.
So those comments from Laura Loomer are designed to allay concerns many people have, Republicans, prominent Republicans have, with this insane, dim-witted bigot and conspiracy theorist being one of the closest advisors to Donald Trump in the 50 days leading up to his re-election bid. I don't know if it's really going to make a lot of people feel better. And I love the thing about being stupid, everyone, and the reason why I think we should all put more effort into not being stupid, not being ignorant, is you don't know how stupid you are. So when
All right, I'm
says,
taking over there.
Is he not allowed to have a friend? In her mind, this is persuasive?
And self-drive.
Yeah, no. He can have friends, you dumb donkey. We would just prefer them to not be explicit racists, conspiracy theorists, people who advance some of the most disgusting ideologies of the last 100 years. He can...
Alright, so let's see what we do today. We're going to try to pull into the house. No, we're not going to pull into the house. You're going to... freak out in the middle of the damn road. Crazy car. And now you're putting on the wrong turn signal to go that way. Awesome. Yeah, you're all kinds of spasticated right now, car. Alright, let's see what she does this time. You need to make a right. And what are you gonna do? You're just gonna drive straight by? No, you're turn signaling, and you're gonna pull into the driveway, or you're not. Alright, enough of that. right, buddy. Come back. Oh, hi. Did you have fun? Yeah. You had to go on a car ride. You got to nap in the back a little bit. What do we do now? Should we get you some dinner?